Hey, you're early for class. Dr. Bennett called out sick. It's the fourth time this week, I think. Yeah, take a seat. I was just finishing up some grading. We'll just be rehearsing for the play like we've been. It's not every semester the whole cast is in one class, so it gives us extra time before we open. Yeah, the set looks good, right? The couch is in, and the sink for the kitchen. I found some decor for the walls that's true to the time period. How do I think it's going? It's evolving. I have some notes from yesterday's rehearsal. Notes for you? Yeah, a couple. Don't look so horrified. You're always good. You memorize your lines quickly and are always off book within the week, plus you're never late. And you adapt well to direction, which will always get you work. Well, no, my notes have more to do with your character than your work ethic, but we can wait for the rest of class to get here before we start. Unless, of course, you're going to stare at me like that the whole time. Like what? Well, you look sick to your stomach. It's all good. Don't be so tensed up. You'd rather know now. All right then. So we've talked about the basics of acting, which you have consistently nailed. Knowing your lines, being articulate, understanding who you are and what you're doing on stage. Let me find my script. Now, I don't like to talk to actors about acting because on stage you're not trying to be an actor, you're being a human. So I just like to talk about things that might make you think and open something up and hopefully better the performance. The key to creating a believable character is basing her in yourself. You know, it's like the intersection of your life, your humanity, and the circumstances of the story. Your own knowledge and experience, your own moral compass, and so on. In Act 1, you're really tuned in with Serena. She seems like you, just in other circumstances, and that's always the goal. You're welcome. But in Act 2, I feel this separation. Like you don't really agree with her behavior anymore. You're kind of looking at her rather than stepping into her. And you're leaning into the fact that you think she isn't a good person. Plus, you're struggling a little with the onstage chemistry, but we can get to that later. Does that make sense? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Are you feeling that separation? Yeah. So the problem with that is you are her. You know, if that's her behavior, then it's your job to do it and do it convincingly. I mean, most people don't think they're bad, even if they are doing something wrong. They instinctually justify it so that they can live with themselves. Right. So let's talk about Serena. And I'm going to talk as if she is you because, well, she is for this production. So what do we know about you? You're a woman from the mid-1940s. It's wartime, and your husband has gone to France, and you become close with your neighbor. He can't serve because of his leg. He's drinking, but he's a good friend to you. And in Act 2, you have an affair. And that's where I lose you. So, let's first figure out the thing that's taking you out of Serena. Because if you come out of the story, so will the audience. Is it that you don't like that Serena has the affair? Okay, yeah, sure, it's wrong because you took a vow, but think realistically. It's been 3 years without a return letter from your husband. No one can account for him, and in that time you had to assume the worst. And remember, it's not like this was a loving, devoted marriage. No. He was a fast choice you made because you'd be destitute living off a woman's pathetic wages alone. Plus, he wasn't always kind to you, was he? Yeah. So with that in mind, yes, it's lawfully wrong to have an affair, but what do you think of yourself? Are you some incorrigible flirt who can't keep her hands to herself? Are you some horrible wife reveling in the idea that her husband is dead? No, you're not. You're a woman with very few options of survival, and you're a human responding to the kindness and attraction from a neighbor with whom you can confide. You are someone with a conflict all of us can understand, even sympathize with. Yeah, I mean, haven't you ever been in her position? You want something that doesn't align with what your usual values are, but that doesn't mean you want it any less. The audience will think whatever they want of your actions, but you will make it as difficult as possible for them to dislike you or reject you. Make them root for you, hoping that you and Charlie end up together. I want you to believe yourself so devoutly that the play is compelling from curtain up to curtain call. Hmm? Right? So, with that in mind, since we have. Oh, we have a lot of time before class starts. So, let's talk about those moments that could use some work. Let's see. Act 2, Scene 1. It's decent, but it leads into a clunky Scene 2. You both are in Charlie's living room. Yeah, hop on stage for me. So, you walk in stage right, and you bring the bread into the kitchen, set it down on the table. Yeah, go ahead. Then you turn. Now, here, where you say, I guess I should be going. What are you feeling right now? Are you nervous because of how close you both got last night? Are you hesitant because you're waiting for him to make the move and you don't want to leave until he does? People say things they don't mean all the time. Well, I won't read your lines for you. That's bad directing. Just think about how you would act in this situation. You seem to have a strong sense of right and wrong. Just lean into how you feel about all this. So go ahead. Good. Much better. I see the nerves, but not overdone. And then you begin to walk downstage, back to the door. Go ahead. Yeah, good. I like the fast walking pace. And then he stops you with his hand. You're a good woman. Worried about your circumstances. And this man is tempting you. So what's your line? What are you doing? Let's see it. Well, not too scared. He's not going to hurt you. He hasn't been that guy. Don't be obvious. People try to put on a good face, even if they are nervous. The scene is not dialogue heavy, so we need to set the tone with the energy, the actions. So give me a different delivery. Nice. Nice. That was it. Yeah. So do you feel a little better about Serena? Do you feel like you can defend this poor woman to an audience? Good. That's what I like to hear. Okay. So that brings me to your other note. The one about chemistry. No, you'll be fine. Don't make that face. So it is the job of the actors to create artificial chemistry and make it look natural. Sometimes this is easy because the actors get along or are already friends or have natural romantic chemistry to begin with. Sometimes it's a challenge because the actors don't like each other or just can't seem to get in sync. So Serena and Charlie have this undeniable, palpable chemistry, but you and Austin just don't have it yet. I cast you as Serena because I see that combination of innocence and strength you share with her, and I cast Austin as Charlie because I see that lovably chaotic energy. But this play rides on the harmony of those qualities. And right now I just see a mess. I'm sorry. Oh, well, you think so too? Great. So what do you think is causing the problem? And you two don't hate each other or anything, do you? He's too unpredictable. Okay. Let's address that. First, you should always take accountability for something not working because it's on both of you. Just no, it's fine. Just don't throw your fellow castmate under the bus. If he's too unpredictable, that could be because you're not reading him, you know? You have to take what you're given in the scene. Well, and he probably isn't reading you either. Actors think so often that the scene revolves around them, but it's a team effort. It's a vehicle for the relationship to change. So, here, I'll be Charlie, since Austin's not here yet. This will be a good challenge for you because you certainly won't have natural chemistry with me. Okay, so I'm Charlie. I'm the only other person in the room for this whole scene. You're going to focus on me as much as I'm going to focus on you. Start back a few steps and walk. Yeah, walk. There. Now I stop you. It's all about the details, the energy. This is a small touch. Show me what it means to you. Good. And then you say, nice, that was great. And then Charlie says, what do you want me to do? And he brushes your hair back. I won't do that, though. Because I'm the professor, not the actor. Use your imagination. And you say, good, that was good. So why do you think this is working better than before? Maybe you're just looser because it's not a real rehearsal. Well, no, it's your life, you know? Let's lean into that. So here we are, between the kitchen and the front door, in the middle of the room. It's a little big, don't you think? Most people don't have conversations like this standing in the middle of the room. It feels too stark, so show me what your instinct is. Nice, to the couch. Yeah, take a load off. Drop the mask. And then you have this little line about not knowing where to go from here. I think Charlie would sit with you, so I'll sit. Nice, great expression. You see what we've done here? We're setting the pace with little things. The lines are short, but we're using facial cues and body language to tell the story. You and Austin were flying through this scene, and the affair was coming off as a rushed decision, but it's not. No. You two are adults. You're thinking of this from a lot of angles. There's an urgency within you, and there's a need within him. But you're good people who don't want to take advantage. Right. So, we're on the couch. You know what the script says, and I know what the script says, but the audience doesn't. The chemistry has to be fresh, exciting, captivating. What's something Serena would want Charlie to do? If her husband was unkind to her, what do you think speaks to her more? Kindness. Right, so Charlie could touch her softly. Make note of that, and we'll tell Austin. Remember, affairs aren't always fits of wild passion. Sometimes it's about comforting someone. So you say what you say. What is it? I don't want to be alone. Go ahead. Good. And I say, me neither. You're laughing. Was that a choice? Is it really that funny? I mean, we're not that far apart in age. Well, I don't see why you're nervous around me and not around Austin. You don't have a crush on Austin. Oh, I see, and I'm supposed to believe you have a... Yeah, well, yeah, oh, yeah, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Actually, on second thought, this is perfect. We can go a little method. When you're looking at Charlie, picture me. If it helps. You know what? Let me explain before you freak out. I'm only a couple years older than you, but I'm still your professor. We have a working relationship. We could never cross that line. But look at all this natural chemistry. The set has taken on a whole new realism since we started this scene. And here we are, totally alone. This is not so dissimilar from Serena and Charlie. And I'll even go a step further. Serena and Charlie have this attraction because they're so comfortable with each other. And so are we. We see each other almost every day in class. We communicate. We respect each other. There's trust.